let's get started. This will be a energy check for Alicia Keys. It is August 13th, 2025, and it is approximately 12:45 p.m. All right. We got a few cards here. Not gonna spend too much time, but with everything that's going on with Alicia Keys, I did want to just see what her energy is like, the vibe, things of that nature. So let's get started. All these cards have been pre-shuffled with Alicia Keys in mind. All right, so let's start off with the energy cards, all right? All right, Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have strategic. Okay, well, strategize, sorry. Strategy. So at the bottom of the deck, when it comes to her energy, she's probably more than likely trying to figure out how to move around, with strategy. At the bottom of the deck, try to figure out what it is she needs to do, what's her next move finna be regarding this whole situation that she's currently dealing with, okay? Number 21 could be significant to the situation, but let's see. Ooh. Yep, listen. I split the deck. We have number 46, and it talks about the thinking man. The thinking man. All right. So she's definitely trying to figure out what she needs to do when it comes to this person right here. And we know, let's just go ahead and say it. We know this is more than likely Swiss Beats. Okay, let's keep it a buck. And let's see. So she's trying to figure out what to do when it comes to this situation at hand. Oh, Lord. What else? What else, Spirit? When it comes to Alicia Keys' current energy, can I please get some cards? All right. Ooh, look. And we got victory at the bottom of the deck. She's definitely trying to figure out how this can work out in her favor. Regardless, she's trying to make this, be a favorable outcome for her. All right. Not bad. What else you got? Okay, and then we have the fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Now I just want to look up this right quick. Fuck the book. Sorry. Hold on. Should have had this shit closer. All right. So let's see here. Number 38. What is Archangel Raphael talking about for her? It says love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Wow. Okay. Love, compassion, and self-acceptance. All right. In the center, upright, greater, receive love, indicate much need for healing from a previous broken. Damn. Listen to this. I wasn't even going to read it all. It says upright, Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card, upright, indicates that you are now have a great readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It can also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. Okay. Wow. This is crazy. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Ooh, shit. Damn. This tried to jump out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I should take it. It tried to jump out, but this card says, it's number 33, and it says door to romance. Well, hold on. It says door to romance. All right. So if it comes out, I'll keep it, but it didn't fall all the way out. Can I get 3 cards, please, for Alicia Keys when it comes to her current energy? Oh, here we go. See this one? attachment. We have number 5, and it talks about attachment. It's sticking out, that's why I tuck it. Can I get 2 more cards, please? Oh, shit. God damn, these cards is jumping everywhere. All right, we have attachment. 1 more. Please, for the current energy of Alicia Keys. Spirit, can I get 1 more card for her? All right. This one here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, well, let's just wait on that one. So attachment, all right? So her current energy is more than likely she's feeling as if she's attached to a situation. More than likely, we already know what this situation is. Now, let's see what this card has to say. The Temple Path. Okay. The Temple Path. All right, number 12. And then let's see what this one says. Ooh, contract. Wow. Okay, so where's the book? So with attachment here, I'm gonna move this one up. The reason why I'm gonna move this one up is because it's number 12 or whatever, but I really want to bring these together right here, because we have 5 right here and we have 6 right here, right? If we had 1 more card, it would be 12 and 12 right here, okay? But we don't, it's 5. So that makes me feel as if there's something missing in this situation. She feels like there's something missing in this situation or something to that extent. But let's just see what this has to say. Number 12, spiritual purpose and support. Receiving this card represents your own spiritual evolution. The winding path you are on leads to blessings, temple, and love. Lovely garden symbolize the spiritual destiny your soul has in mind for this. Your soul has in mind for this lifetime. This card upright tells you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's purpose. You are on a karmic path and healing in the right direction, and the choices you make now are important for your personal growth in this life lesson. Damn. Okay. Okay. So, based off of that card and what that card just said, it makes a lot of sense. It's kind of like everything that she's going through. It's part of her soul's journey, you know. It's part of her karmic path or whatever the case may be. Now, with attachment being here, more than likely she's finna detach herself from a situation. We got contracts right here. When you have contracts, you're obligated to something. You're attached to something, you know, something to that extent, right? What is she attached to? You know what I'm saying? We know what she's attached to. She's attached to, you know, Swiss Beat. They have do they have kids together? They have kids together. I'm sure they have kids together. Yeah, so it looks like her current energy is more than likely, let me figure out how to get through this. Make sure things work out in my favor. You know, when it comes to contracts, things of that nature, detach herself from a situation at hand. So that's what I'm getting off of there. Oh, listen, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have action. So this is gonna happen rather fast, or she would like to take action or needs to be taking action like right now. All right, so I'm gonna just put this card here. Wait, which way did it come out? It came out this way. Yep. And not only that, you know, if you into that type of thing, before we make it back down here to this earth, it is a contract that we sign when it comes to our whole life. You feel me? So we just never remember it. We just never remember it. Ah, look. And listen, remember I said this card right here wanted to come out, but it didn't come out. But if it come out, then it is what it is. Door to romance. Door to romance. So it almost seems like once this situation is done and over with, because it tried to pop out, you know, she more than likely is going to be in a relationship or thinking about her next relationship or shit, her next album. Hell, I don't know. But we do have Door to Romance right here. It tried to come out earlier. I'm glad I showed you guys that. All right, so let's keep it moving. So that's her current energy right now. Let's see what's going on with her soul, especially with the temple path coming out for the energy. Normally, I see what's going on with the soul first, so I can kind of get a better understanding of what's going on the outside of her. But we already know what's going on the outside of her. So let's see what her soul wants her to know right now. At the bottom of the deck, indecision. It says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. All right. So right now, when it comes to her soul, she's trying to, it's decisions, indecision. She don't know if she should go this way or she should do that way. There could be a little confusion going on right now, but let's just see. And then she has humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah. Yeah, shit. That's about the best thing you can do at this point in time, because humor it's kind of like I saw a couple of comments, and it was very minimum people who actually felt some type of way for Alicia Keys and what it is that she's going through. So it's kind of like, it is what it is. It probably more than likely is karma. So I could just have to laugh at, what I'm saying, the position that I'm currently in, with humor being here and indecision, Spirit, when it comes to Alicia Keys' soul, what's going on when it comes to Alicia Keys' soul? I'll be doing Common next. All right, Common. Y'all know who Common is. The baby, let me testify guy. Common just got done, I don't know, with Jennifer Hudson, so I'm going to do her next. When it comes to Alicia Keys' soul, what's going on? Freedom. Look at that, freedom. It says, I possess the power in the free will to create my own happiness. This is rather good. All right. This is rather good. So it's like once she free herself from a contract or something, she'll be okay. She doesn't necessarily have to be waiting on anybody else to make her happiness, for her to be happy. She has the ability of creating that on her own. Did I cut these? I can't remember. And back to indecision. All right. What else? Ooh. 2 more, please. What's going on with our soul, Lord? Ooh. Listen. All right. Wait. This way. I think this way. I'm thinking this way. Some reason I think this card should be here. I think they should be reversed, but not reversed, but like I feel like this card should be here. I think they should just be switched around, but I'm going to leave them alone, and let's just see what it says. So at the bottom of the deck, when it comes to her soul, we do have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever it is I set my mind to. So whatever it is that she's going through or will be going through, she's just going to have to get through it. We have judgment in the reverse. That was the first card that came out, is judgment in reverse. And it says, in the correct position, it says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay, this card came out in the reverse, so more than likely she doesn't really understand that. She needs to get to a point where she does with judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Why this came out in the reverse, I'm not for sure, but it's something she's not getting. There's something she's not understanding when it comes to her soul. Okay, she may be, I don't know, she may be feeling like, damn, why me, or some shit like that. I don't know. Let's turn this one up. Ooh, empathy in the reverse. Guilty. Ooh, in the reverse. And regrets in the reverse. God damn. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. She is not open to seeing both sides of a situation. She has no empathy. So that's what it is. Remember I said early on, I said it'll be 12 and 12 up here, but there's something missing. There's one thing missing, and the one thing that's missing when it comes to what's going on with her right now, she doesn't feel like this is her fault. She doesn't feel like what she's going through is karma or nothing like that. She doesn't feel that way because there is no empathy. Okay, judgment. I understand that everyone has their unique paths and challenges. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides. She's not open to seeing both sides of the situation. Guilty. It says, I release any beliefs that no longer exist in my soul's growth. Bullshit. She's not releasing nothing right now and regrets. It says, I know that I cannot change the past. This is all in the reverse. So she's not, it's almost like, this is not really happening. Not to her. You know, this kind of like, this happens to everybody, but not me. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting right here. Like, no, this ain't my fault. I did everything that I was supposed to do. This doesn't happen to me. I'm a good person. Something to that extent. What the fuck is that? Oh, something to that extent. Get out of here. That's just some fucking lint or some shit. But yeah. This is rather crazy. That's probably why perseverance is here. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And right now, her mind is not being set. Her mind is not open to the fact that what you're going through, you played a part in it. That's basically what I'm getting. I want to just see what the tarot has to say about this. Why are all her her soul's journey cards in the reverse, Spirit? Why are all her cards in the reverse? We got judgment in the reverse, we got empathy in the reverse, we got guilty in the reverse, and we got regret in the reverse, Spirit. Why is all her cards in the reverse? At the bottom of the deck, yep, 5 of Cups, disappointment, mourning, regret, loss, and grief. Yeah, that's why they all in the reverse. Because of what it is that she's going through. She's disappointed. She has regrets. She has regrets. But she's not, right now, her soul ain't really willing to accept that. We got regrets here in the reverse. But I said, why are all these cards right here? You know what I'm saying? She got the 5 of Cups. Disappointment, mourning, regret, loss, and grief. Come on, baby girl. You got to get it together. Yep, followed by the 2 of Wands. It says planning first steps, making decisions, and taking risks. She made a choice with this 2 of Wands. Remember we said indecision had came out earlier. She made a choice. She took a risk. Okay, she took a risk, and it didn't, turn out the way that it wasn't everlasting. It wasn't everlasting. So that's why she's going through what she's going through. Anything else? Anything else? We have the, wow. Damn. Wow. I was just checking to make sure all these cards was in the correct position. We have the Hangman, but he came out in the reverse. This is crazy. It says stalling, egotism, standstill, apathy, and avoiding sacrifices. See, that's what I'm saying. Her Hangman is in the reverse. She don't feel like she deserves this, dude. She don't feel like wow. Okay. Anything up? Oh, this is terrible. We have, first of all, let's talk about justice. We have justice at the bottom of the deck. And it says justice, karma, accountability, law, and integrity. Integrity. So we have the 7 of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, damn, why did I say that? I'm sorry, we don't have the Seven of Cups. We have the Chariot, number 7. We have the Chariot. And it talks about determination, travel, self-discipline, mastery, and willpower. Okay, so we have 2 major arcanas here. We got Justice, number 11. Okay, and then we have, yep. Remember I said something was missing. 5 and 6. Yep, that's 11. Justice. Justice. Damn. Then next to the Chariot, we have the 8 of Cups, and it talks about avoidance, fear of change, standstill, and low self-esteem. That's what I'm saying. Damn. What did we have standstill at just a minute ago? Yes, with the Hangman in the reverse. Okay, low self-esteem. You feel me? Fear of change and avoidance. It's like she's not trying. I'm feeling like she's not trying to accept what it really is. What's up under here? Ooh, we got the 4 of Pentacles, and it talks about control, hoarding, and possessiveness. Wow. I'm just gonna leave that right there for now. All right, I'm gonna shuffle these and put these back over there. That's crazy. All right, let's see what Kipper has to say. Kipper, when it comes to Alicia Keys' current situation, and the energy that she's in, what is it that you have to say? Okay, so we got change. We got change. So, yeah. Followed by despair. Of course. Naturally. Can I get 3 cards for Alicia Keys? Ooh, bottom of the deck, we got bad health. All right. That's like my ending card. Followed by expectations. Damn. With the, hold on. I was going to say something. Hold on. All right. So this card just flew out, and we have main female. Damn. Wow. Okay. Is this how this is supposed to go? Because we got these 2 cards, even though this one right here, this was the first one, but I'm going to move it right here. Okay, and the reason why I'm going to move it right there, because these 2 fell on top, and they're actually in the reverse, but at the bottom of the deck, we do have child right here. Okay, we have child right here. So let's talk about this one that came out first, though. Mature woman. Interesting. So remember, we had main female, and now we have mature woman. So let's turn these over. There we go. Let's turn these over. Wow. Courtship. Courtship came out in the reverse. Followed by main man. Main male. Ain't that some shit? That's why I took note when I said, damn, main female, right? It's not on here, but I showed y'all that card at first. So we have mature woman, followed by courtship in the reverse, and main male in the reverse. And then we have child at the bottom of the deck. So basically, it really just feels like Kipper is just confirming, you know what I'm saying, with courtship being in the reverse. Wrap. Main male right here, mature woman, you know what I'm saying? They're not on the same page. because we had main female earlier. So when it comes to the mature woman, yeah, something, we know something ain't quite right there. And then we have child. I want to take a peek to see what's up under child. Unexpected income. So that makes me feel like, what else? Expectations. Yep, we got expectations again. So I think it was expectations in main female. But anyhow, with unexpected income coming here and child, I think I said they have children together. I'm not for sure. I know they do, because she wouldn't have no kids by nobody else, because they've been together a long time. Yeah. So more than likely, the unexpected income, you know what I'm saying, she expects to be paid more than likely, you know, once they go through what they go through for support of the children or child, whatever the case may be. Let's see what Kipper has to say. All right. Why is which question should I ask? Why is courtship in main male in the reverse when it comes to Alicia Keys? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I asked why these two cards was in the reverse. And I got the Seven of Swords, and it talks about deceit, a theft, two-faced spying, and manipulation. All right? It's not funny. Okay. What else? We have the Page of Wands, and it talks about adventure, cheerfulness, fearless, introvert, and fresh. Yeah, wanting something new. Wanting to do something different. Anything else regarding why the main male in courtship is in the reverse when it comes to Alicia Keys? We have the Moon card, and it talks about confusion, secrets, and uncertainty. Damn, girl. Followed by back to the same shit. The Hangman, stalling, egotism, standstill, apathy, avoiding sacrifices. See? Wow. Can I just get 2 cards, please? For the 2 cards that's here, can I get 2 cards? One, I think it goes here. We have the Ten of Cups. Once that card removed. Whoa, the 4 of Cups tried to come out. One more card, please, for the main male. Ooh. Okay, that's crazy, because I'm feeling like this is actually for her. But I'm not for sure, because see, like the card is going this way. And I asked for him. But let's just see. We go back to the moon, though. We go back to the moon. And that's back to that confusion and that uncertainty and the secrets, okay? So let's just see. For some reason, I feel like I should have another card. But I'm going to just leave it right here. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Main male. We got bad planning, over-analyzing, avoiding risk, and impatient. So that's what we got for him. The Two of Wands. And that's crazy because we had the Two of Wands for her earlier, right? So bad planning, over-analyzing, okay? Avoiding risk and impatient, all right? So let's see about this one, the courtship in the reverse. We have Queen of Cups, and it talks about sensitivity, intuition, healer, and feminine and shy, okay, for the courtship card. That's interesting because I'm trying to figure out with courtship, this card right here being reversed, we got the Queen of Cups right here. So I'm trying to figure out if, A, it's Alicia Keys, you know what I'm saying, for this Queen of Cups. More than likely not. And this is more than likely how he feels about the person that he's currently doing whatever it is he's doing with the Queen of Cups being here. Could be any water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, especially with the moon card coming out twice. All right. I'm going to just put it right here. And then once I pull the moon card, then we got the Hierophant, tradition, knowledge. All right, I'm going to shuffle these cards. We almost done. I'm going to shuffle these cards again. Okay. I want to know within the next 30 days, what is it that Alicia Keys needs to know within the next 30 days? That's what I want to know. All right. Choose wisely. Haha, remember I talked about the 7 of Cups earlier? Well, we got him. We got him. We got choose wisely right here. So within the next, I'm going to say 7 days. Within the next 30 days, she needs to choose wisely when it comes to everything it is that she do moving forward. Choose wisely, okay? Followed by hope. Hope. And this is interesting because she is an Aquarius, whether you know it or not. She is an Aquarius. And this is renewal, hope, faith, things of that nature. Okay, so they want her to choose wisely, Alicia, within the next, why do I keep saying 7 days? Within the next 30 days, dude. She needs to choose wisely. Can I get 3 cards, please, for Alicia Keys within the next 30 days? I'm going to come back and do comment. I got to run and do something right after this, though. Yeah, we still have her number 17, the star. We still have that at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Mental conflict, number 2. She's going to go through some things within the next 30 days. She's going to, you know, if shit she already is. But with mental conflict here, you know, she's going to be going through some things. Can I please get 3 cards for 2 cards? Triumph and Success wanted to come out. It didn't come all the way out, but that did try to pop out. Can I please get 2 more cards for 1 more card, please, for Alicia Keys within it. Whoa. Okay, so we have this here. All right, interesting. So within the next 30 days, we have at the bottom of the deck, we actually have the 3 of Cups. And it says rejoice and celebration. Okay. All right. Now, we have material and spiritual prosperity, number 6. Now, we do have number 13, which talks about transformation. Transformation. Now, let's look at it. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. Where's... Fuck. Sorry. We all know what transformation is, right? But what I want to do, because sometimes I be getting this shit mixed up. I don't want to get it mixed up. Let me just make sure I got this right. Here we go. Right here. Yep. Okay, it wasn't what I was thinking, but it is kind of what I should have been thinking, but it wasn't. But anyway, I said that earlier with the Kipper cards. I know like a lot of people would say the coffin is like endings, but I look at, depending on how the cards are coming, I look at the bad health that way too, you know what I'm saying, as an ending. So we have number 13 and it talks about death, you know what I'm saying. It's interesting that it's right up under here. by all this water right here, and that's represented. The death card is represented by Scorpio. Okay, so there will be some type of ending. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we have the crown chakra right here. So it's just like her going through what it is that she's going through, being prepared to get through what it is that she has to get through, and then within the next 30 days, she will be rejoicing and celebration on some type of level. Let's see what this card has to say. Fertility. Interesting. Ooh, so we have fertility in the reverse. Huh. We have fertility in the reverse. All right. Well, I don't believe she's pregnant. Um, Let me see something. Why within the next? I'm thinking something in my head, but I'm not going to say anything right now. Why is fertility in the reverse for Alicia Keys within the next 30 days? Now, what I want to say is maybe somebody thought they were pregnant or said they was pregnant, and maybe they're not pregnant or something like that. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have the Ace of Pentacles. It talks about abundance and prosperity, followed by the Two of Swords. Why is fertility here for Alicia Keys in the reverse within the next 30 days, Spirit? Can I get one card for fertility? Why is that in the reverse for her? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Ain't that about a bitch? So, we have the Empress here, okay? And the Empress talks about, that's the first thing on here. It talks about pregnancy. All right, that's the first word on there. So fertility is in the reverse. So, okay. Can I get one more card, please? Why is fertility in the reverse here for Alicia Keys within the next 30 days? So we have the Page of Swords, and it talks about delayed news and curiosity, planning and guarded, but it didn't pop all the way out. So let's see if I can get something to pop out. Why is fertility here in the reverse for Alicia Keys within the next 30 days? Can you tell me anything about that? So back to the Four of Pentacles. That talks about greed and control and hoarding and materialism and possessiveness, followed by the Hierophant. So we have these two cards. So fertility. Materialism. This is crazy. Success and achievement. The Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is crazy. I don't know. What I'm feeling like is somebody may have thought they were pregnant and they're not, with it being in the reverse. And with this pregnancy, maybe they want to some type of control or possessiveness or greed. And then we have the Hierophant next to it. All right. Conventionality, tradition, knowledge, and belief. So it almost feels like whomever this situation is, whoever this pregnant person is, because I really don't think it's her, but she may find out something with rejoice and celebration. Maybe she'll find out that someone isn't pregnant, and maybe their intentions to get pregnant was only for a material gain or some type of control or something like that. Because we have the Nine of Cups right here, and it talks about success, achievement, happiness, rewards, and wishes coming true. But it's in the reverse, followed by the Hermit. Wow. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let me just put this here. And we have one last card. Okay. Once I pulled that, we do have Love Begins at the bottom of the deck. within the next, I said overall, sorry, overall spirit, what is the advice for Alicia Keys overall? What is the advice? At the bottom of the deck, we have pause. Okay, and this number 12. 12 is very significant. We have number 12 right here. It talked about the temple path. And then we have 12 right here, and it talks about pause, and it talks about higher self. So what it makes me feel like is when it comes to the advice, when it comes to this situation, the overall situation right here is she has a certain amount of control when it comes to this situation, but at the end of the day it kind of feels like she's just gonna have to let spirit you know, take the wheel on this one. Okay, but let's just see. Bounty, runner, and guides. Okay, yeah, number 51 could be significant. Yep, I think that's what she's gonna have to do in order to prosper out of this situation. She's just gonna have to let spirit take the wheel right now. Can I get 3 more cards, please, for Alicia Keys? What is the overall advice for Alicia Keys? These are brand new cards. It's my first time using them today. Support. Yep. Guardian angels. Yep. She gonna have to lean on them pretty tough if she's not already. Yep. Ask for forgiveness for what it is that she done went through. And washes for the karma. Can I get 3 cards, Spirit, for Alicia Keys? What would you like her to know? 1. Can I get 2 more, please? Is that it? All right. Healer. Yeah. Because remember earlier when I was like, she's with judgment and empathy and guilty and regrets being in the reverse, you know what I'm saying? She's obviously in denial. Like I said, she doesn't believe like this is supposed to happen to her. You feel me? Like not Alicia Keys, not me. So we have denial and healer guides. She's gonna have to ask them, you know, to help her through this because like I said, she really doesn't understand why it's all happening to her, right? We have community. It came out in the reverse, but we have community. See, it's like it's the cards that's coming out in the verse. It's like no, you know what I'm saying? Not me, not my community, not my situation. Then we have endings, right? Endings, followed by a leap of faith. Yeah. She's just gonna have to, you know, all I'm gonna say is karma's a motherfucker. Karma's a motherfucker. There will be an ending. It is what it is. Whether she wants to believe it or not, in her community, her circle of friends, people, whatever the case may be, it's in the reverse. She doesn't really believe that. She's in denial. She needs to heal and take a leap of faith and allow spirit to guide her through this because that's the only way she's going to be able to make it through this. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, this has been an energy reading for Alicia Keys. I will come back and do common. Just give me a minute because I got to go make a run myself. All right. Remember, anybody can request a reading for a celebrity. Anybody. It doesn't even matter who it is. It's whoever you want a reading for. I always do these for free. All you got to do is email me or put it in the comments and I got you. All right. With that being said, I am Queen Bonche Tarot. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much.